Okay, so it's 8:58 Singapore time, and today is 21st of June. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers around the globe, except Australia, because Australia, I know your Father's Day is the first Sunday of September. This is as far as I know. So I said, pretend today is your day, and you celebrate again in September. All right? So today, Father's Day, how many of you actually have celebrated and went out? So this is the third day of phase 2 of Singapore reopening. So if you are based in Singapore, I can understand and I can feel absolutely some of your gratefulness, or I call it long-awaited time to go out, because I know Mother's Day, most people actually are locked down in Singapore. You couldn't dine in by going out, so you have no choice. You actually have to be here. So I'll begin in just 1 minute time. So if you are here, I would like you to let me know where you hang out from. As far as I can see the comment, I mean, that would be great. Okay? So tonight is a very different topic. Usually I talk about business, but tonight I want to talk about TikTok. And you never ever heard me talk about TikTok before. This is my first time officially on Facebook Live. And the reason why I want to do this is just to share with you what are the lessons I've learned on my TikTok journey since January this year. So I'm not here teaching you how to do TikTok. Why? Because I'm not qualified. Number one, I don't have 15 million followers. Number two, my account is not verified. So what makes me qualified to teach you TikTok? But one thing you need to know, if you think that you must be a guru in order to teach your students something, what I want to demonstrate to you tonight is, as long as you have done something, you have experience, you can actually share, which people will benefit from that. So I'm using this as a case study to showcase that if you feel that tonight, whatever I share with you is not relevant, well, I think you missed the point. If you think that in order for you to teach other people something, you must be an expert, what I want you to understand tonight is that it's not true. Okay? So it's a 5 months journey for me, and I'm glad that I have achieved some successes. So I'm going to share with you tonight, and it's 9 p.m. now, so let's start. So I want you to go and comment section. I want you to let me see how many of you actually are on social media. I know that this is a very stupid question to ask, because if you are watching my Facebook Live, whether live or replay, you are on Facebook. But let me just rephrase my question. How many of you actually are on other social media platforms? And if you are, I want you to comment on the chat, comment on the session, and let me know which platform are you operating from, so that I can have a feel of what are some of the issues my viewers are struggling. Okay, so I'm going to also run my account to see what's going on. I'm going to acknowledge some of you. Sarah, hi. Good morning to you. Julian, hi. Malaysian. Okay, and Duncan, thank you for watching. And YouTube, okay, so YouTube. Sarah is I'm not. Okay, Julian is Insta, IG, good. Any other platforms? So if you are watching, I know 14 people are online now. So how many of you actually are on other social media platforms other than Facebook? Because logically, you and I are connecting right now on Facebook, right? So I want to see where else are you operating from, okay? So we have got John. John is operating on Facebook. Julian is on TikTok. Okay, so Julian, actually, we have been connected, so that's good. Okay, so yes, Sarah, I'm not here like teaching people how to use TikTok. I'm not qualified. What I'm saying is that I just want to share my experience. Okay, thank you, Dave. Dave is actually YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn. Good. And Siu Siu, thank you for joining. And YouTube. Okay, good. Because Siu Siu has done quite a lot of leadership video. Go and check out her channel. Siu Siu, if you are okay, put your YouTube channel here. No problem. I allow you to promote on my lead. All right, on my Facebook. Okay, good. Humphrey is operating from Facebook and IG. Okay, good. So when Gary Vaynerchuk shared with me a lesson, don't really understand. So John says, don't really understand the other platform yet. Okay, good. Thank you. And thank you for being honest. Because what happened is this. Gary Vaynerchuk actually said to me when he was in Singapore, so when I was in Singapore meeting him, I had the privilege to listen to his keynote speech in National Achievers Congress. I mean, that was 2 years ago. And on stage, he kept talking about something called do something. I was saying to myself 2 years ago, what is do something? I had zero experience because my partner David tried introduced me to watch Gary Vaynerchuk, and I said, well, this guy is very cool because he loves to use the profanity. He's F all the time, right? Having said that, I didn't really pay attention to what he said until 2 years ago, because what happened was that I watched him on stage and I feel the energy, I feel his passion, and by the fact that he told me to do something, when I received the book from him, the Crushing It book with his autograph, and I still remember the face, just less than one foot apart, he said, do something. But at that time, my problem is that I don't really know what it means, because do something is like, okay, do something, but do what? What am I supposed to do? So I decided to do something. Like what Sarah said, I'm master of many things. I'm not master of many things. I just love to learn. Like this, my knowledge personality says that I just love to learn. Okay, so I decided to investigate what Gary Vaynerchuk stands for. Some of you are looking forward to working with you in our Unsinkable business, and you will know that part of the Unsinkable business we are talking about, or Melvin is actually talking about X factors. So what does Gary V stand for? That is a question. How many of you suspect Gary Vaynerchuk stands for something? Right? You can actually comment on chat and let me see whether you can figure out his X factors. Anyone would like to make a guess? Feel free to comment on the chat. Okay. While I'm actually talking about this, let's acknowledge other people. So we have got Joe. Hello, Joe. Good morning to you. Melissa. Pei Yun, PY, okay, hi. And we have got Sharon, hi. And Jillian said he used to talk about Snapchat a lot before this. That's true, because Snapchat was then very, very famous and it's very popular. So thank you, Jillian. So what happened was that he stands for, as far as I'm concerned, don't be afraid of doing something. So finally they expanded do something by having a few words beforehand, don't be afraid. Because when I studied his YouTube channel, and I did that by actually going to gym every day, and while I was on the treadmill, I had the opportunity to do the listening of Gary V's video. So I listen. I actually didn't listen just one time. I actually go through his channel and watch and listen. I listen quite a lot of his episodes. One common thing I've noticed is that Gary is a very big fan of this J word, not Jack, a J word. This word is called judgment. And that reflected a lot of our students in Video Hero. Because in Video Hero, the program that David Try and I teach for Singapore and Malaysia, we noticed that a lot of people are afraid of putting themselves out to social media. And then we found out why. It's not about the fear of failure. It's not about fear of being looked back. It's not even about your little voice that is, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough. It's actually one thing. It's the J word. Anyone here guess what's the J word? The word start with J. Okay, if you can get it, I look forward to looking at your chat. I'm watching the chat right now. So I've got Jeffrey is watching. Thank you. Julian, thank you. Angel, thank you for watching. Tila, thank you for watching. Raymond, thank you for watching. And then Julian must be a big fan of Gary Vaynerchuk. Judgment, that's the word. Judgment is so big. The word start with J is not Jack. Okay, it's judgment. What's judgment? Judgment is actually, I call a word that stops you from going to point B, wherever you want to go, because you are afraid of being judged. And the reason why that's the case, going back to the early days, so you see that a lot of people start talking about the J word. Thank you, Tila. J, judging people. And Humphrey, judgment. That's good. All right. So the thing is this. Hi, Julian. Hi. This is another Julian Liu and Julian Yong. Okay, so thank you. So going back to this word judgment. So Gary Vaynerchuk actually said that judgment is something that you self-impose on you. because you are afraid of being judged. And the reason why he said this is, well, going back to when we were young, I don't know how old you are, but going back to my time, some of you know how old I am, 51 years old now. And when I was young, what happened was that the parents would tell me, hey, you shall not do this. If you do this, you look stupid. And then people will actually crucify you or say bad words about you or even bully you. So the word judgment has been inculcated as a word in my brain for a long time. So when I grew up, what happened was that, wow, because if I do something stupid, that's not cool. So the best way not to look stupid in front of people is what? Do nothing. And you now understand why so many people are afraid of putting the contents to the world, simply because they are afraid. It's not their fault. It could be parents' fault. I don't know, like today's Father's Day. Please respect your father and your mother who brought you up, and they have done their part, so be nice to them. But at the same time, I also noticed that sometimes in the old days, I mean, honestly, how many of you are parents right now that you flash back your memory, you didn't really go for any parental course? In the modern days, there's no such thing called like the traditional way of punishing the kids. Like our time, my dad would just beat me, use cane. Like caning is entirely acceptable at my time when I was young. But now there's no such thing. So what I'm saying is that the word judgment has actually prevented many people from putting their contents out. So I want to start asking this question. What is the number one fear? If you were to ask yourself, like, you are not putting anything to the world right now, what is your number one fear? If it is judgment, then please comment judgment. If it's something else, I would like to actually deal with this tonight. I won't say once and for all, but it's actually a good thing for you to declare so that we can address to that. Okay, so meanwhile, let me acknowledge somebody. Henry, hi Henry. Arthur is watching. Butcher, hi, thank you for watching. And then Pei Yun says, from my personal experience, what you feel is helpful in managing judgment? Is that the context of putting content out? Okay, so this is a very good question. Thank you, PY. So the question is, are you afraid of being judged? Who is the first one? Who is the first one who is going to judge you? Look at the mirror and see the person in front of you. You just go to the mirror and look at the person in front of you. Who is that person? So I teach students, first of all, to avoid having a self-imposed limitation by having a very frank conversation with the person in front of the mirror. Okay, so this is the key. So if you are not able to have this frank conversation, you can't sell yourself to yourself. That is what Blair Singer has taught in Sales and Leadership Mastery. Some of you have been there before. And then the question is that if you cannot sell yourself to yourself, then how are you going to convince the world? And logically, as a result, you do not put anything online. That's the point. So David and I in Video Hero have done a lot of these cases where finally people got through it. But the biggest problem we see is this. They might have been in the program for 3 days, they have done a few videos, they feel great about the videos. And finally, they realize they can do something. But because the environment is conducive for them to do the videos, that's why they do it. But after the class, what happened? Many people have chosen not to do anything because they go back to the old world, their old environment, and they realize that, okay, now what should I do? Because I'm alone. I'm actually having no support. They feel they shortchange themselves and no support. This is how they said to themselves. And as a result, what have they learned in Video Hero by putting the videos out for that 3 days? Subsequently, nothing happened. It's pretty sad. This is why I believe that education is not just giving you the information. A big fan of mine right now is not about giving you the information, because honestly, you can run a course online. You can actually go and Google, pay a course to learn how to do TikTok. So tonight, I'm not going to give you the information. In other words, you can go and pay for a course, you can learn from other gurus, you can do YouTube search to find out how do you actually grow a TikTok channel. But I want to start with this conversation first. That is, judgment is one thing, but what are you going to do as a result of receiving the sharing from me tonight. What are you going to do? That is something that I believe is more important than knowing how to grow the strategy. And you can see that I spent 30 minutes talking about this. Because whether it's TikTok or it is another social media platform, whether in future TikTok is gone, it suddenly have another one called Kumbaya, okay? It will go based on the same principle. It will not change. The principles will never change. Your self-imposed limitation will still be the one preventing you from going to point B. Okay, this is the case, no matter what platform you're using. So earlier on, I asked some of you, when you are not operating in TikTok, it's not your fault, because number one, you may have received wrong information. Number two, you may not even come across with this platform, unless you are big fans of Gary Vaynerchuk, because Gary Vaynerchuk has, in the last 2 years, talked about LinkedIn and TikTok, LinkedIn, TikTok, LinkedIn, TikTok. He has been consistently talking about this. So don't believe what I said tonight. Go and do some research of Gary Vaynerchuk's video, and you will know what I'm talking about. I was inspired by what he said in a few videos. Look at TikTok. At that time, I know TikTok is something like Douyin. Douyin is actually a Chinese TikTok. Douyin, okay, sounds good, but I thought it is from China, and what is it going to do with me? I'm not in China. Okay, so I did some research and finally figured out, oh, there's such a thing called TikTok. So what happened was that I downloaded the app, but after I downloaded the app, what did I do? Nothing. The app literally is left on my phone for a long time. Until this year, I said to myself, enough is enough. I need to do something. So I have the motivation. I sold myself to do something for myself. So I want you to remember this. Whenever you feel that it's time to do something, you have actually successfully sold yourself to do something. And this is a selling exercise. So question is that if you find that selling is hard, the first person you need to sell to is actually yourself. So I sold myself to do something for myself, which is why I operated on TikTok since January this year. Okay, so Henry is actually on TikTok, by the way, and Henry has a 25-day challenge. Don't think that I don't know this, because I'm watching some of my students, some of my friends, they are on TikTok. I'm watching them because I want to know what they are doing too. Okay, so some of the questions I see, for example, here we got Tila, I'm a big size, feel intimidated, so judgment. And the fact that I'm only trying to start online, worry about big wigs. So my teacher, Alex Mandossian, talked about this last night. Henry was there. We talked about something called fear of success. It's not about fear of failure, because fear of failure is actually very common, and there are lots of courses or personal development courses which can help you to deal with this fear of failure. But the thing is that fear of success. What if I'm successful? What if I have done it and make a big thing? I don't know how to handle this. And that's why better not to do it, because I can't cope with this big win. Again, the question is that, how have you been treating yourself whenever you have win in the past? Did you celebrate? Did you actually give yourself a pat on the shoulder and say good job? Or did you actually go out and rave it and celebrate it and by telling people the what we call the big trumpet, blow trumpet, boop boop, yes, I have a big win, boop boop. Do you do that? Because the Asian culture said that, no, please don't do that. It's better not to say anything. People will say that either it's you are lucky or you are just dumb luck. You are just lucky. So you get people pushing you back for all the win. So what do? The best is actually don't do anything, no. What can I do, right? So my point is that fear of success actually is another reason why it stops some of you from doing big things. Posting things online is easy. All you need to do is just to press the freaking button and something will go out. But the thing is that you do not know whether you are equipped with this space in your heart, in your emotion. When something big coming, can you cope with that? So this is the fear of success factor. So think about what I said just now about judgment, about fear of success. These two things are very big. Again, going back to what I said earlier, it is very easy to say posting online, because all you need is just create content and press the freaking button, that is it. and then you are done. I'm not going to talk about that. I want you to have some preparation. I want you to understand that this is the key. So while I'm still going through the content, I want to acknowledge some of you who are here. We have got Daria, yes, Daria, hi. And then Henrik Johansson is watching. Good, thank you. Thanks for watching, thanks for this. And I miss Fong from Myanmar. Thank you, Fong is here. Sonia, Via, hello. Thank you for watching. All right, Leanne has a comment too. Let me just acknowledge Leanne's comment. I realized when I posted on Facebook, not many likes or no likes, but the same thing posted on Facebook story, I have more than 100 likes. Kindly advise why? I don't know. So this is my story for those who don't know me well, because some of you just knew me from Unstoppable. Like I'm kind of a person behind the scene, as I said in Unstoppable. I hardly get engagement online. So if Leanne is watching this, listening to this, what I want you to understand is this. If you are not getting the likes, that is good. Because to me, like means nothing. If you get no likes, fine. I want engagement. So write this down. Write down this word, engagement. Engagement is very important. Because at the end of the day, understand something. Engagement means comment. Engagements can be comment and share. These are what Facebook like more than understanding the word like. Like liking somebody is very easy. And I do know a lot of you loves to like things. Now this is another thing you need to know. That is, in order for people to comment on your post, ask yourself this question. Have you ever commented other people's posts? This is called law of reciprocity. Thank you, Leanne, thank you, Tila. So this is the question, Leanne. So do you actually comment and engage other people's posts? Law of reciprocity. If you don't comment on other people's posts and you expect others to comment on your post, is that fair? Is that an honorable exchange? So I'm a very big fan of engagement. If you find that you do not engage with other people's posts and you expect somebody to engage your post, give you thousands of comments, I mean, that's being unfair. Okay, so PY, thank you. Engagement is very powerful. And Arthur, thank you for commenting. And Humphrey, thank you for commenting. Do you notice that whenever you comment something, I acknowledge you? Henry, thanks for commenting. This is what we call law of reciprocity. I'm doing this while I'm not able to type reply to you now because I'm on Facebook Live. Isn't it true that I acknowledge you being commenting? So when you do Facebook Live, this is also known as engagement. Understand? So this is very important. So like to me means nothing. And by the way, the good news is this. Yeah, Julian, thank you. I agree with Jack, all fair and square. This is reciprocity, exchange. So another thing you need to take note is when you are commenting on other people's posts, you actually put the energy to comment. If you don't, you just simply put something, oh, okay, thank you, or one word, then you expect people to give you one word law. And the other thing is this, even though the person does not comment on the post, do you receive any comments via Facebook private messages? Right? So funny thing is that I told students that although I don't get a lot of likes, comments on my posts, which is very normal, but people just love private message me. So my engagement is not seen online, but it's actually offline. Right? So therefore, it is very interesting for you to accept that some of you may not get a lot of comments online, and don't feel bad about that. What I want is the quality of the comments and the quality of the engagement. Because just imagine you just need one engagement, have a very deep emotional connection with that person, create the trust and the relationship, and finally there is a transaction happening. All you need is just one engagement. You don't need a lot. Okay? So look for quality, not quantity. You can have like hundreds of comments, but this comment is like awesome, good, thank you, awesome. It's like, F it love. What do I don't need all these things, right? I want conversation. So remember I said sales is a conversation. Last week on my Facebook Live, my public service weekly, I said sales is a conversation. And one example of conversation is what? Engagement. Okay? Leanne, does that make sense? Does that help you? Enlighten you? Yes, that's good. Thank you. I love that. Okay, so let's talk about TikTok. Okay, so need to start the ball rolling, or else we cannot finish it within an hour. So my expected time frame for tonight Facebook Live is up to 10 p.m. I don't want to overrun this, and I just want to make sure that I get my contents up. So I actually did this already. So this is my card. I wrote this in the afternoon, prepare for this. So again, for Facebook Live, you notice that I will frame you up that this is a Facebook Live at 9 p.m. I don't like to just press the button and do a Facebook Live. That's not me. And I like to plan. I like to plan. So that means I'm serious. I don't do a Facebook Live for the sake of, hey man, how are you today? This is not me. When I do a Facebook Live, I'm very serious. I'm teaching you something. So that's why you can see the index card that I have. Okay, it's like this. All right, so I need to go through my index cards tonight. And what I'm going to do is to start with the first question. What is TikTok? Okay, so the first thing that I want to know is, how many of you actually don't know TikTok? If you can just share with me, comment one on the Facebook. If you don't know TikTok, just comment one so that I know there are people who don't know TikTok. TikTok in short. Okay, so if you don't know, press 1 on the comment so that I know. If you do know TikTok, you don't need to do anything. Because if I see a 1 there, then I need to go through this card. Okay, anyone who doesn't know what is TikTok. Okay, I'm waiting for 1 comment. So while I'm waiting for that comment, let me just acknowledge people. Yep, so Raymond said, I like keeping time in perspective. Yes, this is the blueprint thing. The blueprint loves to keep time. So Joe actually talked about, give me a 1. Awesome, 1, okay. Humphrey said 1, okay. Okay, so this is the thing. What is TikTok? TikTok is a social media platform. Done. Sarah, thank you. Richie, thank you. 1. Okay, good. So TikTok is a platform. Just take it. Don't ask what this platform is about yet. It's just social media platform. So one of my strategy for TikTok is that I create video, and I'm going to answer Henry's question because Henry asked me a very awesome question. So Henry, watching it, stay tuned. I will answer your question. You see, I do remember who asked me the questions. So TikTok is a social media platform. And it's very important for you to know your strategy to repurpose your content. Now, I know there are people who teach you the way to put contents on TikTok, and the way you put your contents on LinkedIn, Facebook should all be different. I understand that. This is their perspective. I am a lazy person. I don't really do a lot of all this editing. But my strategy, my framework, my roadmap is this. I need a TikTok account connect with my YouTube. So write this down. You need a TikTok account to connect to your YouTube because it's video. Okay, video. Understand? You need TikTok to connect with your Instagram. So if you are operating on Instagram, awesome. Because you need TikTok to connect with Instagram. Because Instagram is also video. Does that make sense? So TikTok connects to YouTube. TikTok connects to Instagram. That's the thing. All right? So this is strategy number 1. Then on top of that, how do you play with the IG game? Okay, this is another topic for another day, but I just want you to understand when you have a TikTok video repurposed to your IG account, how are you going to deal with that video on your IG? Are you going to spread it to other places? So for me, give you an example. For me, whenever I post a TikTok video, I will repurpose it on my IG account, and then my IG will go to 2 Telegrams account, 1 Pinterest, and 1 Twitter. So by doing 1 video, guess how many places will I go to? 4 places. And by the way, I have not forgotten to mention that my IG is actually connected with my Facebook page. So automatically, not only on my IG there's a video from TikTok, my Facebook page will also have this video from IG. So there are 5 places whenever I'm doing a video. IG means Instagram. That's right. IG means Instagram. So when you have a video on TikTok, go YouTube, go IG. For me, it's Telegram. I have Telegram. I'm operating on Telegram as well. And I go to my Twitter. I go to Facebook page. These are all the things that I set up for myself. So you see the power of having one piece of content go to different places. This is the first thing you need to know. All right? So let's just talk a bit point blank of what TikTok is. So as far as I'm concerned, these are the myths. Number one, TikTok is for young kids because a lot of people actually are young kids, okay? And TikTok, based on my research, it is female-centric. It is actually female-centric because it's dominated by female. So there's a history of how TikTok was started. So you may want to Google the history of that. I'm not into that history because to me it's not relevant. It is meant for the dancing videos. Like you see a lot of people do all this crazy dance on TikTok and then you wonder, but that's not me. So one of my limiting beliefs before 2020 was that I'm not a dancing guy. I don't like to dance. I don't know all this crazy thing. Then why should I put my contents on TikTok? Okay, so the myth is that it is meant for dancing videos. Okay, number three, some of you actually asked me this question. I need to know my topic. Yes, you need to know your topic. Of course, this is really, really important. You need to know what you do, but I'm going to help you demystify the myths later. Number four, I need professional equipment. So you know what? Because I need to dance, so I need the sound system, I need a mixer, I need some equipment, I need a few cameras, and you know what? I need somebody to do video editing, I need some people who knows how to do caption. It's like, this is all overboard, right? So these are the myths. I want to demystify it tonight one by one. Okay, so this is reality. TikTok is for everyone. Okay, so it's not just for young guys. It's not just for female. Jack is a male. Okay, sometimes I like to sound like female, but I'm a male, by the way. So it is for everyone. Okay, so others said that's what I thought too. But let me give you a proven point. Does Gary Vee post all these funny dancing videos? So Arthur, go and research. Does Nas Daily on TikTok do this kind of dancing video? Does Jay Shetty, another influencer, do dancing video on TikTok? So one way to counter all these so-called self-imposed limiting belief is to look for examples. So I suddenly realized that it's not true because Gary Vaynerchuk is there, Jay Shetty is there, Tony Robbins is there, Peng Joon is there, by the way. So they are not doing all this shit. Sorry, no offense to people who love dancing, but they are not doing all this dancing video. So I would say that TikTok is for everyone, number one. Okay? Number two, there are different topics. This is another thing you need to know. It doesn't matter what topic you are having and post it on TikTok. Like Julian put a point here, I put a few funny videos on TikTok on last year but didn't get much traction, so I stopped. This is the thing. You let the TikTok trend override you and guide you along. What I learned from TikTok, okay, is that you can still put your content. So Julian's talked about e-commerce. Okay, you may think that, but who is going to watch it on TikTok? Doesn't matter. Because now when you ask that question, who is going to watch it, you are having a judgment already. So first thing first, remember what I said earlier on judgment. Do not judge to the audiences. You never know. Because TikTok right now is what I call the wild, wild west of Instagram many years ago. Like Instagram is very crowded now. If you actually do not run ads on Instagram, it is tough. IG story is still okay, as what Gary Vaynerchuk said, IG story is still good. But IG posts, unless you boost it or you are already established influencer, is tough. In terms of organic traffic, TikTok is still very young. It has people there, but the problem is that most people are actually doing the dancing videos. So when you decide to put your content there, and your topic may not be what is very, very relevant to the mass crowd, there's actually a better advantage because you plant your flag on that topic on TikTok early. So that is what I really learned in this case. So my topics are sales, entrepreneurship, motivation. These are my three topics: entrepreneurship, motivation, sales. You see that these three has nothing to do with dancing, but I decided to put my flag on this topic. So this is how I started my channel. Okay? So number 3, so some people say I need to know my topic, but the good news is that you don't need to know all. Remember I said, I'm not here qualified to teach you TikTok. The thing is this, I'm not qualified. My account is not verified. I don't have 15 million followers. Like I'm still waiting for my first video to hit 6 figures. So my biggest record right now is 79,100 views. So I have already achieved my 5 figures view. That's good, all right? But I haven't achieved my 6 figures yet. I was waiting for that too. So the point is that you don't need to know all. You just need to know what you need to know and share what you know. That's all, okay? Number 4, you just need a freaking fast smartphone. You don't need to do any editing. So you will find that, wow, but this influencer, you see, whenever they say one thing, there's a caption, boop, and they say another thing, you need another caption, boop. Forget it. Unless you have manpower to do that, it is not for you. Okay? So I need to demystify this myth. This is the important piece. If you need to take a picture, take a picture. If you want to do a replay and take a picture, I will just hang on this card for 5 seconds. You can always remember that. Okay, so Julian says, stand out from the crowd, focus on the niche. Riches are in the niches. Thank you. This is the point. And Arthur, thank you. I find it's cool too. It's like people ask, what the heck Jack is teaching? No, I'm not teaching. I'm just sharing with you what I know. Okay, number 2, success story of TikTok. Now that you know what TikTok is, which is just a social media platform, the second thing you may ask is that, why is TikTok? Why do you want to go on TikTok? So I said earlier, Gary Vaynerchuk talked about TikTok is a very, very early adopters for many niches because the crowd right now is still focusing on a particular thing called dancing videos because this is how TikTok started. Okay, so in order for TikTok to be IG today, you notice that TikTok needs a lot of contents from different topics. Understand something. This is what we call have a deep thinking of the TikTok's plan. I didn't speak to TikTok, but let me pretend that I'm the CEO of TikTok. If I want to be IG, if I want to be Facebook, what should I do when every single body is actually doing dancing video, but I want to be IG, what do I do? So when you understand what the thinking of the CEO of TikTok, then wouldn't it be making more sense that, all right, I can actually post all these non-popular or unpopular contents right now, but when TikTok grows further like IG, you are there. You will not make the same mistake like the IG story, the Facebook story early on, when you see that, wow, so many people are there already on the topics that you are at, and you feel that you're too late. So there is now one opportunity on TikTok, and it's still early because like I can see some people actually don't know what TikTok is. This is good. This is awesome. This is the opportunity. If not now, if you decide to procrastinate for another 1 year, I'm sorry, you have to wait for another something, like kumbaya. Okay, hopefully there's kumbaya coming up, I don't know. So this is why I said TikTok is important. All right? So the question is that, how do you start a TikTok channel? Number 1, I think some of you know the story. I've said this earlier too. You need to download the app. You need to download the app. Okay? So number 2, when you have a TikTok app, what do you do? So what is important is this. The success of having a TikTok channel is no different from the success of having a YouTube channel, a Facebook, Instagram channel. It's the same philosophy. So I'm going to start with something that perhaps it is very obvious to you. Okay? So this is the thing. Number 1, your identity. Some of you may find that it is, oh my God, how is it relevant to TikTok? This is super relevant because number 1 is the concept of be, do, have. Your identity. When you want to be successful in doing something, okay, you need to ask yourself, who are you? Your identity. Many people are asking me questions like, teach me how to grow a TikTok channel. So you want to have my result? You do what I do, right? No, wrong. B, do have. B, your identity. You are a human being. You are not human doing. So what is your identity? Let me give you an example. I want to grow my TikTok channel. Most people wanted this. I want to grow my TikTok channel. I want to do this and that. So you focus on the do. But my question to you is that, do you see yourself as a TikTok influencer? Yes, Henry, I'm TikToker. So when you say that I'm a TikTok influencer, or what Henry says, I'm a TikToker, that is where the being is. So my teacher, Alex Mandossian, who is also Henry's teacher, said, in order to change your behavior, it's not about going for another program. It is your identity. Once you fix the identity, that is your identity. I'm a TikTok influencer, but I'm not yet. No, pretend that you are a TikTok influencer. Pretend that you are. Because if you don't see yourself as a TikTok influencer, whatever I'm sharing to you later will not work. Understand? It's not about going for another course. I know there are people actually selling TikTok courses. You must do this, you must do this, you must do this, then you'll be successful. And I get this. Because there are people who are making money from all these courses, and I'm not against them. Because everybody has his or her own strategy. All I'm saying is that I'm giving you the principle, do you see yourself as a TikTok influencer? Because if you don't, forget what I'm saying later on. You need to get through this. So put on a comment and say that I'm a TikTok influencer or I'm a TikToker. Put it down in a comment today as a declaration, not affirmation, because declaration is to the public. Affirmation is just a self-declaration. Okay? Put on the comment now, I am a TikToker or I'm a TikTok influencer. Whether you believe it or not, I don't care. Put it first. Yes, thank you, Arthur. Awesome. All right? Sell to yourself that you're a TikToker, so you want to start thinking like a TikToker. That's right. Thank you, Julian. Awesome. Sharon, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for playing with me on this. Okay? Do you see that? Like I'm doing a Facebook Live, and yet it is like a Zoom chat whereby I'm asking you to comment. This is the power. Because I'm very compassionate about this topic. Are you a TikTok influencer? If you are not, then forget it. It won't happen. Okay? And I'm happy that there are still 27 people watching. Thank you. Thank you for playing with me. Okay, number 2. Strategy number 2. Intention, purpose, strategies, action. So again, everything starts with the intention. What is the TikTok account for? What do you want the TikTok account work for you? What do you want it? What is this TikTok account about? You need to be very absolutely clear what is your intention of having a TikTok channel. Now this is the question that I cannot answer for you. As a coach, as a mentor, I can't answer this question because you live your own life. Many people actually ask me, Jack, what should be my intention? How will I know? Because I'm not living your life. Right? I'm not living your life, then I have no reason why I should answer your question. So you've got to figure out what is your intention. What is your intention? I can share with you my intention. My intention is that I have another social media channel. My intention is that I want to have another social media channel because I'm a very big fan of Gary Vaynerchuk. If Gary Vaynerchuk is posting on 8 platforms, I'm going all 8 platforms. So except for Snapchat, which I'm not there, and I don't think I'll be there forever. So I'm actually on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, TikTok. Okay, these are my major one. And then I also diverse to Telegram, WhatsApp, a lot. So go back to this question, what is your intention? So my intention is that I see TikTok as an additional social media channel, like what Sarah said, thank you, increase my visibility or exposure. Because the thing is that TikTok does attract a group of people who are youngsters. On Facebook, you do not attract these youngsters. Okay, I'll share with you some story if you don't mind. I have a post, which is the one that I attracted 79,000 views. I attracted students, not my students, it's really students, like primary school, secondary school students. And what they're saying is that, oh my God, phase 2 of Singapore reopening has started. I'm not able to see my parents. I feel very stressful. Because I'm going back to school. So it's really students' response. So I won't get this kind of feedback on Facebook. So the question is this: you may attract a group of people, which is good. It is again exposure. Like I'm a father, I don't mind mentoring all these younger people. That's fine, because again, remember, it's all about social engagement. That's the key. So Charlene said, "Are you trying to get business from TikTok?" Yes. There's a strategy, but you need to grow your account. You need to have certain engagement before you can talk about business. All right. So the thing is this: I am not limited my opportunities just on Facebook. That's not Jack. Jack always look for different platforms for different opportunities. Am I looking for different opportunities because there are too many? No. What I mean by that is I want to attract different groups of people coming to my platform. And organic traffic in TikTok is very, very viable. That's the key. Okay? I will talk about the strategy later. All right? So intention. So let me just finish my cards first. Number 2 is purpose. Why? Why do you want to do this? Because the bigger the why, easier the how. What is the intention of having a TikTok channel? Why? What do you want the TikTok channel to do for you? Okay? So my TikTok channel is actually getting another group of people. So whenever I'm doing research, for example, like market research, like many of you actually ask, what is the best way of getting understanding of what the market is thinking about? The best is actually taught to them. Gary actually said that Gary spent a lot of time talking and communicating with people on the private messages. And Gary spent a lot of time doing that because that's how he can understand what these guys are after. So I'm doing the same research too. I want to know what the young people are thinking. What are they looking at? So this is a very cool platform for me to understand the psychology and the behavior of these people, which I would never have access to on Facebook, because Facebook attracts a different crowd, a bit older crowd. I'm not saying that you guys are old, but I'm saying that it is older crowd. All right? So thank you very much. Number 3, strategies. So now you have the what, you have the why. Now we talk about strategy. So what are you planning to do as a result of knowing your what and the why? Okay? So now I'm going to the next card, which is the 5 Ps. Okay? Not give credit to my teacher Alex Mandossian because he's the one teaching me this. So Henry, if you're watching this, you can see how I repurpose Alex's strategies. Okay? These are what Alex has taught me. I'm recycling what he has taught me, put into the context of TikTok Tonight. All right? But before that, let me answer a couple of questions first. So Charlene's question I answered already, right? So are you trying to get business from TikTok? I say yes, that's true. And to hope people find you, then search you on other platforms. Awesome, that's the point. That is what I am doing. Okay, Joe, happy Father's Day to you. And happy Father's Day is also celebrated in North America. Once again, to our Aussie friends, just acknowledge that fathers from Australia don't celebrate today. They celebrated on first Sunday of September, so just don't mix up, because their Father's Day is September, by the way. I studied in Australia before, that's how I know. Okay, so Raymond said, your line of business has huge pool of prospects in TikTok who are mostly young currently. I do attract a different group of audiences at the age of 21 and 34. In order to understand the 21, I love to actually go to TikTok to understand, because on Facebook, I can't understand this group because I don't engage with this group of people. So when I have 21 to 34, which is my second group of major clients, I want to go to other platforms. IG, for example, IG is for the younger people. And then we have got TikTok who are for younger people. I want to go to the world and understand. Remember, this is a game of psychology. This is also a game of knowing their behavior. If you study behavioral science, okay, science is behavior, by the way, the best way is actually to talk to them, engage with them, so that I have an idea what they are after, what they are looking for, what is their interest, all sorts of stuff. So this is a very good platform to do all this market research. Okay, so coming back to this 5P, number 1, you must prepare. Let me say again, sorry, one more time, prepare. Okay, I don't know why it's hard for me to pronounce. Prepare. What do you prepare? Preparations number 1. What is your topic? Okay, so a few of you are struggling with your topic. So my topic is entrepreneurship, sales, motivation. Okay, prepare. What is your niche or niche for people living in different parts of the world? You must prepare your research on your topic. Regardless of whether you do it on Facebook, IG, other platform, you still have to go through this process called preparation. Preparation is that what do I want to see myself on this channel? What are the things that I'm going to talk about? Like Xiu Xiu is talking about leadership. Okay, so Xiu Xiu, I know her topic because she is my student. Julian is e-commerce because it's how he make a lot of money from e-commerce. Henry is on trading, investment. So the good news is this, even though you think that these topics nobody's going to watch, you remember I said TikTok is a very, very young platform. Plant your flag as early as possible. So Henry, for example, trading. You may find that, but these young people, why would they be interested in trading? The good news is that look for influencers. Look for influencers who have already got topics on passive income. And I have one person whom I follow in my TikTok account who is talking about investment, passive income. And he attracted 5 digits view on every single videos he has posted. So go and find your niche and decide what is the topic. Okay, number 2, then plan. What is planning? So now you have this in your mind. Okay, now you need to put down as a plan. Now planning is pretty important because planning means that how are you going to engage with your audiences? What videos are you going to post? Okay, so this is another thing you need to know because videos for TikTok, there's a 60 seconds limit. Okay, I'm talking about TikTok, I'm not talking about Douyin. In China, Douyin, I don't know this, I don't know whether they have more than 60 seconds. As far as TikTok is concerned, you can only post 60. So Sue said, what if the topic is not suitable? This is your little voice. You project your value to your audiences. Never ever do that. Because by saying what if, you never do it. So Sue, forget this question, just remove it. You need to do research. What is your topic? Don't tell me you don't know your topic. You must have something you're passionate about. Go and create this niche or firm up this niche. Every single one of you has a niche. You just don't know it. Why? Because how many of you have been told that you need to look for your passion? You need to discover your passion. This bullshit. From my experience, you know what is inside, what you want. The reason why you are afraid of sharing this passion is because you are afraid of being judged. Once again, it's the J word, judgment. If you are passionate on a topic, that's your niche. How do you know whether this is the topic? You have to post the content to prove that it is really working. But until you post it out, you'll never know. That's why Alex Mandossian talk about commitment produces passion. If you are not committed to doing this, you will never have that passion. Done. Passion does not produce commitment. Commitment produces passion. That's the key. Okay? You are all good. And Alex will say this to some of you. You are not as good as you think you are. You are better. You are not as good as you think you are. You are better. Okay? So number 3. Now you have the preparation and plan. You produce. So I'll talk about the production later. Just hang on. Produce means you produce the video. But Jack, what is the video that I should produce? It's just a video. What is the big deal about that? Okay, so I'll talk about different strategies later on. So at least I'm giving you some options to see what works for you. Like some videos I know it works for me, some is not. Okay, I'm also testing. So I'm not saying that I'm the king, I'm the god. Remember, I'm not qualified to teach you TikTok. I'm not a TikTok teacher. I'm just showing you what works for me. All right? So once you have produced, then now you do promotion. Promote what? Promote, for example, number 1, you can share your videos to other places. Okay? Or you can beef up your first video into more videos. Or what Charlene said, am I using TikTok for businesses? Yes, but I need the conversation. Without the conversation, I cannot grow. Remember, all sales are conversations. So when I know that this is a guy who needs this and I feel that I'm able to do something to close him, I will do it. I'm not shy from closing anyone because I'm always ready to close. But until I feel that it's the right time, I'll just continue engaging. That's me. I'm not a salesperson. Salespersons force you to swallow the apple whether you like it or not. Remember, I said this last week in the Facebook Live, my regular weekly public service. But on the other hand, if you are a closer, you only close when you see that it is the right time. And how do I know? Well, it's through experience. I can't tell you exactly when I know it's the right time or not because I've been on this game for a long time. So my gut tells me it will be the right time to do it. All right? So after this, then guess what? Once you have promo, once you have conversation, then this is where your profit is. Remember, your conversation requires engagement, engagement, and engagement. If you don't have engagement, forget about business profits because profit is the result of you have done these 5 things or done these 4 things. If you don't have these 4 things done, then profit is not there. Profit, by the way, is the only component of these 5 P formulas that you have no control. You can't control, but you need to make it happen by having preparation, planning, producing your videos, promote, create a social conversations. Then you will see the profit. Does that make sense? All right? Wow, I see that 30 people watching. So I nailed a very good topic tonight, I believe. So while I'm going to, let me just acknowledge some people who are here while I was very enthusiastically doing this 5P presentation. So Sue is here, Giselle, thank you. Linnea, thank you. Thank you for popping by. Eugene, my friends from Malaysia. Ahmad, thank you. And then we have got, who else? Who else are here? Derek is here, thank you. Arthur, thank you. Mike from Malaysia, yes, thank you. GS is here. Stephanie is here. So thank you for watching my Facebook Live tonight. Okay, it's all about engagement. You see, I engage. Okay, I will not want to miss anybody here. All right? So now let's move on to this thing, principles. So I'm talking about the principles. So Al is a master in LinkedIn. By the way, if you want to learn LinkedIn, go to Al. Al, if you want to just talk about your experience on my comment section, feel free. You are allowed to promote yourself here, not a problem. Because Al is the person. If you want to do LinkedIn, Al is the person, not me. My LinkedIn sucks. Okay, this is me. All right, so Winnie, hello. And then Kins, hello. And then, okay, let's start. Principle number 1. So success, the secrets of my TikTok strategy. Number 1, invent or improvise. Huh? What is that principle about? Yeah, invent or improvise. Now the thing is this, once you know your niche, okay, then you can go to TikTok to search for other people. Like let's say my hashtag is entrepreneur. I can go and discover hashtag entrepreneur and see what are these guys doing. So that is the idea of preparation. Okay? Al, you're just being humble. Your guts on LinkedIn is something that I need to learn from you. Please, come on. You're just so humble. Okay, so you got to look at your niche, go to your TikTok account, look for other people on the same topic and see what they post. Rather than you figure out what to post, like you have to create the content by yourself, you know what happened is that contents are everywhere. So I want to acknowledge all of you that you do know your niche. Number 1, I've talked about it, commitment first, and then you produce your passions. Number 2, you can always research the topic and you know what other people are talking about. So when you are running out of idea, the good news is that you don't need to come up with this. All you need to do is see what other people are talking about. And then you can use your experience, you can use your idea, you can use your background to improve the content your way. So for example, how the hell do I come up with this content tonight? Because I'm sharing with you my experience. And then I can run a 1-hour Facebook Live just like that. And by the way, I think I'll extend it. So if you need to leave at 10 o'clock, don't worry, hashtag replay, watch replay. I do need to finish this card. So I may have to extend for half an hour. So if you can still stay for half an hour, thank you very much. I will do this. Number one, invent or improvise. You never want to create contents by yourself. Not to say that you are copying from somebody. Yes, in school, copying from someone is a very, very bad thing called plagiarism. But in business, you never say plagiarism is a bad thing. All we say is research. So when you research other people's content, you can always improvise. And that's my life. I'm an improviser. I'm not an inventor. Well, by the way, how many of you believe, just a frank conversation, that your ideas are always original? Come on. This is a confession time. Okay? Don't confess. I know I can hear your voice. All right, number 2, principle. That's why model what other influencers do. By the way, are you an influencer? So if you just drop by, we have said about the key things of TikTok success is the be, do, have. Okay? You have to see yourself as a TikTok influencer. And that's the reason why I asked you this question. Are you modeling what other influencers do? That's it. Research and model what other people do. What do you mean by that? Well, let's look at what videos they post. They may be posting a video that talk about just one simple word, or they may be posting a video with questions. So this is what we call different strategies. How do I come up with these strategies? Because I look at how other people post their stuff. I'm copying all the time. Oh, sorry, not copying. I mean researching all the time. All right? So this is key. Principle number 3. This is the blueprint part of me. Some of you, if you know Banco, and if your B is low, this is I need you to do it. Plan. Don't rush. Just because you need to post something. I need to post it. That's why I don't care, I post. And then your action personality says, I need to. You're doing it on a hot basis or impromptu. Okay? So this is not cool. It's just a question for you. Think about it. Is doing important or planning important? Comment on the chat. Is doing important or planning important? Anyone? Just give me some answer. Comment. Is doing important or planning important? Okay, so while I'm waiting for the answer, let me just acknowledge some people. PY, nature is originator. I feel I'm inspired by the nature. Copy the principle. Awesome, thank you, awesome. Monkey see, monkey do, Arthur. Yes, I love that. And Sonia said, ideas are always inspired by experience. Yep, that's true. That's why you research the market. Both are. PY said planning, Henry said planning. Joe, because Joe's nature is an action personality, I know him. That's why he would say that both are. Sarah is a doer, so Sarah said doing. My principle is this. You can do, but this is the thing. Differences between doing the right thing and doing the things right. I say it one more time, let us sink it in. It's very profound for some of you. Are you doing the right thing or are you doing the things right? Think about it. Are you doing the right thing or doing the things right? Which is more important? So in my world, planning is important. Planning is important. And that's why I see a lot of people who are doing, and they find that they are wasting a lot of their time because they might be doing the right things, but they are not doing the things right. This is one of the very important principles by Gary Keller. The one thing. Gary Keller in this book, The One Thing, talk about the principles of doing the things right, not doing the right thing. Most people focus on doing the right thing, but actually it's doing the things right. So the question is that, how do you know you're doing the things right? Planning. Remember my 5P? You produce, you do it only after you have done the preparation and planning. I've already given you the clue. Okay? You can just rush to do something, but without preparation and planning is actually preceding the production. Planning is more important. But you cannot just be a planner forever, because you can plan, but you don't do anything, then it's also not cool. So planning first and then execute it. That's the key. So what I mean by that is that you have got a plan. What is a plan? What is a plan on a daily basis? What is a plan on a weekly basis? Okay, so how many contents you need to put out? You can't say that I put out content only when I feel right. I think that you can do that, but the problem is this. The problem is that you won't see result. The way that you want the result to be seen you can't just basically just do without plan. So you need to ask yourself, how many videos you post a day? What, Jack, you mean a day? Yeah, not a week, a day. How many videos are you posting per week? How many videos do you post per month? Have you got these numbers? This is called business plan. Treat it as a business. How many videos? Me, at least one video a day. Wow, Jack, one video a day? How the hell do I do it? I don't know. That's what you want to see the success. You've got to do it relentlessly. That's the thing. But no, if you say but, then that means you are not committed. That's the thing. I don't care. You want to see the success, then you got to do whatever it takes. Your but is actually giving yourself excuses. I don't care. I really don't care. I'm not interested all your reasons. I'm only concerned your results. Yeah, Gary says post 4 to 5 a day, but he doesn't talk about just post on TikTok. So my goal for some of you who have been my students before, I said that Jack's daily target is 30 posts on 7 social media platforms a day. So I've been actually doing this consistently for the last 2 years. 7 platforms, 30 posts a day. Okay, so I can do it. What stop you? I don't know. But Gary Vee actually has 100 a day. I'm only 30, he's 100. So I don't need you to be me. I don't need you to be Gary. Gary has a big team doing this for him. Okay? My point is this. If you want to grow a platform, you need to feed the platform with the content. You cannot just put content one day and then, oh yeah, let me come back when I feel like doing it. It won't work. That's why the first few months of your content creation strategy is very painful. It's not easy. You choose to go to the moon because it's not easy. It's hard. That's what JFK said back in 1960s. That's why this history happened. We choose to create Unstoppable for 5,000 people in 5 countries, 4 languages. It's too hard. We make it. So what's stopping you? I don't know. Is that a pattern in your life, by the way? For coaches, you ask this question, isn't it? Is there a pattern in your life? What other aspect of your life does this pattern show up? Standard coaching question, by the way. Okay, so this is the key. Number 4, this is research, your hashtag. This is the knowledge personality. Oh my God, Jack, why are you using Banco tonight? Isn't it true that Banco is everywhere? Your action, you will take action. Your blueprint is planning. Your knowledge is still research. But I don't like research. If you don't research, how the hell do you know what other influencers are posting? Or what contents are they creating? Or what are these young guys talking about? You need to do research. Understand? So knowledge. So if your Banco, your B is low, your K is low, I need you to raise your B's and the K's. I don't care. You have all 4 Bancos. You may be high action, high nurturing. I understand most of my clients are high action, high nurturing. Hardly have got people who have high blueprint. I do have clients who are high knowledge, like me, but the thing is that I have hardly clients who are high blueprint. Very rare. Which is why when I talk about planning, I tend to stand out because my blueprint is very high. Because I came from the corporate world for 17 years. Okay, so I am a very good candidate for corporate world, by the way, or else I won't be there for 17 years. Okay, so coming back, knowledge, do research. For example, this is a strategy that you can adopt. TikTok actually gives you some hints. For example, TikTok said, look at this hashtag phase 2. Now this is really Singapore. So for Joe in America, Sarah, you are not living in Singapore. For some of you who are Malaysian, not living in Singapore, so I'm giving a Singapore example first. Okay, this is purely for Singapore because Singapore has started phase 2. So for those who do not know what phase 2 is part of the Singapore reopening strategy after COVID-19, which means 75% of the economy has been reopened. Okay, there are still some businesses which are not allowed to be open, but 75% of the economy has already been opened. Okay, so that is phase 2. And TikTok Singapore suggested, well, do a video on phase 2. That's how I got my 79,000 views, because I picked the trend. The hashtag is phase 2. So watch, do research. Today is what day? Not Australian, I know. Happy Father's Day. TikTok actually gave you a clue. Hashtag Happy Father's Day. Yep, TikTok actually give you, Sarah, TikTok actually give you the clue. So Happy Father's Day is universal except Australia, I know. So TikTok actually gave you a clue. Happy Father's Day. Hashtag. So think of a Happy Father's Day video. And I don't know how you do it, but at least this is the research answer. Phase 2 for Singapore. And then hashtag Happy Father's Day. Not Happy Father's Day, Happy Father's Day. So pay attention to all these little details. It's not Father Day, Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, not happy day, not hashtag Father's Day. It's hashtag Happy Father's Day. So do research and pay attention to detail. If your knowledge personality is low, this is the time you need to focus on the detail. So how many of you realize that Banco is really everywhere? And thank you, Joe, for confirming it, because Joe is part of our Banco community. He's one of our trainers. Bank is everywhere. And Sarah, by the way, is also a very awesome Banco trainer. So thank you, Sarah. All right, so this is the thing. Principle number 5. This is the one which will make or break. And this will be the one that will separate you from normal one from the great one. Really. Be consistent and persistent. What do I mean by that? As I said, if you post a video just once a while, forget about the account. You will not grow. You got to be consistent. And most importantly, persistent. Persistent means what? Today I share with you on my Facebook a post. When I started my account, it sucks. So let me do a screen share right now. This is my TikTok account. So to answer others' question on MacBook, so good news is that on TikTok desktop, you are now allowed to upload videos directly from your desktop. You are allowed. I just discovered this. Maybe a month ago it wasn't allowed. So now you can see this button. You can actually, on the top right-hand corner, you can upload video from TikTok desktop. But I just want to show you my account at the beginning of the journey. And please don't laugh. I started off my first TikTok video on the first day of celebration of 2020, January. So that was my video. There was only 21. Then my view counts for other videos are 64, 40, 50, 42. How many of you would not want to do anymore when your view count is like, there are actually nobody watching it? Hello? So you see that 36, 30, 21, 20, 26, 38, 37, 30. How many of you would want to stop at this point? Okay? How many of you will stop, honestly, when your result is just like that? Okay? So I know Henry is going through this phase right now, because that is what I see from your account too. So this is to inspire Henry, not to motivate Henry, but to inspire him. Julian mine is like that. Okay, 27, 24. Okay, so another 12 videos are always like that. 25, 26, 20, 35. It's like already in the 3rd month. Yeah, most people will quit by then. Sarah, thank you. You are very, very awesome, because that's the fact. It's me. Okay, you stop already. That's why I said to Zhu this morning, it has to be persistent, you have to be consistent. Consistent means you have to post video daily, not in my case it's daily, and you have to persist because you will have this kind of shit, honestly. Okay, let me scroll. Okay, the view count started to be 40, 41, 40, 39. I got my first video hitting 59. Oh, there's the record, 59. What was from where? From where I hit 59? It's 40. Okay, it's still 2 digits. Suddenly I've got a 72. Oh, okay, interesting. And suddenly things happen. I see one day I got a view of 436, all out of sudden. I have no idea what happened. Okay, and then I got 616. Oh my God, so it's not just one time. I got 2 times triple digit. Okay, but it's not consistent. Okay, but then I see 135, 135, 104, and suddenly I've got one. It's 43,400. So that is my all-world spillover effect. I want to inspire you that you look at my accounts. I have suffered, I've gone through this phase which all of you can relate totally. That is totally not acceptable, totally very miserable. But if you persist, what happens is that you get something like this. Boom! 43,400. That was my first 5-figure view count. In terms of engagement, about a few hundred engagement there. When you have a video with 43,400, there were a few hundred engagement. That day I still remember, I was very busy. I was very busy engaging with people. Literally whatever they say, I engage. So after, what was the content? Same thing. Entrepreneurship, motivation, sales. I have not deviated from these 3 topics. Any logic? I have no idea. Okay? So now 105, 266, so on 3 digit side already. So you see that after this 43,400, I've got 3 digits very consistently. And then last week 75.5, 79.1 thousand. So I have not hit 6 figures yet. My highest record is 79,100. This is still my record as of last week. But nowadays, whenever I post a shift video, within 10 minutes, not 10 seconds, my view counts will be 4 digits for sure. It's very easy for me when I hit the 5 figures. To hit 4 figures is like nothing. Very easy for me to hit the 4 figures. And then yesterday I posted a video about food. Like I told people, never actually put your food on social media. But you know what? This is TikTok. So I test out a strategy. You know what? I've got 37,300 views. Okay? So this morning, the video that I did when I finished my gym is almost 1,000. It may be Sunday, I don't know. So all I want to show you is that you may ask, you may wonder, what the heck has happened? How the hell do I know? But I want to demonstrate this principle. You have to be persistent. This is really, really the biggest, the most important card for the whole Facebook life. If you are quitting too early, if you don't believe in yourself, I'm sorry to say, you won't see the result. I told Sue this morning, you got to be persistent. It's not consistent only, you have to persist because your first few months, your view counts will suck because you are not Tony Robbins. I'm Jack, I'm nobody. In front of the bigger influencer world, I'm nobody. I have not earned my blue tick yet. The point is this. If you decide to quit early, you won't see that result. If I decide to quit early, I won't see this result. Okay? So now let me talk about what videos you can do so that you can understand different strategies, and that works for me. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the videos. Number 1, TikTok can only post a 60 seconds video. But you will never. So Henry, listen, if you're still watching, Henry, are you ready for this? If you're ready, just say yes to me so that I know you're watching. This is really for you because you asked me a question earlier on. Never, ever post a video for 60 seconds. True. Never, ever post a video for 60 seconds. Yeah, the limit is 60 seconds, but you put 60 seconds. No. TikTok actually prefers shorter video. Which, Henry, you find this a challenge. Why? Let me ask you this. But my topic requires me to speak for 1 minute. Like, if you ask me to speak for 1 minute, it's already tough. But Jack, you asked me to speak for like less than 1 minute. How the hell do I do it? I want you to remember this. Nothing is impossible. You just have to tweak, adapt. Okay? So, shorter video, about 20-30 seconds, actually performs better than longer video. So Zoo, if you find 60-second tick is tough, because some of you, when you do your video, you literally can go all the way to 9 minutes, 12 minutes, 1 hour, like my Facebook Live already. I'm already into like 1 hour and 90 minutes. Okay, mine is 109 minutes. I've been talking on Facebook Live for 109 minutes. Okay, so the point is this. Your TikTok video has to be short. So principle number 1, let me flash you the card. Let me find the card for you. Yeah, this is the tip. Tip number 1, on point. You want to do a video that is less than 60 seconds for sure. And number 2, shorter videos perform better than longer ones. The shorter one, around 20 seconds to 30 seconds. You see that my videos nowadays, I don't want to exceed even 40 seconds. I'm very conscious about 40 seconds or more. So if I see my video hit about 40 seconds, I will personally retake the video and do one more time. So right now, even at my level, I've been doing videos since 2011, by the way. 11th of March 2011 was my first video posted online. I still remember that day. Okay, and Alex was the trainer in that event. So what happened was that was the time I started posting video. And now when I do a video, I can easily speak for 1 hour, not a problem. But for TikTok, it's a challenge. You need to be on point. You need to be very strict to the point, and one sentence is always better than 2 sentences. Okay, so this is the key. So the video that you post, 20 seconds video, perhaps for Henry's topic, trading. Today I want to share with you this key principle in trading. Trading psychology matters. Comment below. Done. It's like 15 seconds. That's it. It's just one short statement. You can't say, oh, you know what, there are 3 elements of trading you need to watch out. Number 1 is your trading psychology. Number 2 is your money management. Number 3, which is more important, is your strategies to long and short the market. And the risk, like by saying this, you already exceed a minute. So for Henry's case, I'm actually answering his question. You got to break down your videos, okay, into a few. Now, this is the one that you may want to model Dan Lok. Dan Lok has TikTok videos, and he does a video on 7 steps, and he did it in 7 videos. First step, 1 video. Second step, 1 video. Third step, 1 video. So you do 7 instead of 1. So this is why I said planning is so bloody important. It's not just to do. This is not the case. All right? So this is a strategy. 20 to 30 seconds. 1 sentence is always better than 2. Can split into a few videos, right? So Julian, I've just said Dan Lok is doing this type of video on TikTok. But Dan Lok's view can, I don't know whether Dan is actually growing his TikTok. I don't know yet because Dan's TikTok account is not that popular somehow, to my surprise. Seafood's accounts in other places are so big. TikTok is not there yet. So I do know what Seafood does. Seafood actually put 7 steps into 7 videos. So Julian, you can consider this idea. Okay, so there's just 1. Number 2, this is the one that I taught to a lot of my students. I know that my action personality students would want to just put a video out and nothing, and say nothing. I've talked to my students, my mastermind clients. I told them, why should I want to watch your video? Why should I watch your videos? Like, even though you post video on Facebook, by the fact that you just post your video there, guarantee my partner David will watch it because he's action personality. Jack would never watch a video. Because you need to convince me. Use words. Your narration, why I should watch a freaking video. So remember, action and nurturing personality, they love you, they want to have the thrill, they will just press the button. But if you just do your way, you will not enroll the blueprint and the knowledge. The blueprint and knowledge need the facts, need the reason to watch a video. If your narration is not convincing, sorry. You look at how I put my Facebook live narration tonight. I type it before I press the go live button. In this Facebook Live, I'm cover what is TikTok channel, why is TikTok channel important, and how can you grow your TikTok account. I give you the what, why, how reasons. Model me. What, why, how. That's the narration part. If you do not do the narration, you will not see the success in TikTok. Because part of the TikTok strategy is what I learned in LinkedIn as well. You need to put a narration that's not more than 150 words. Worse than Twitter, because Twitter allows you to put 160 words now, or letters, not words, letters, but TikTok only allows you to put 150. So in your strategy, you need to plan the reasons with the hashtag that you want to put together. So that is very challenging because, for example, hey, entrepreneurs in Singapore. So I would say, hey, hashtag entrepreneurs in hashtag Singapore. So I have 2 hashtags already. And then comma. How do you celebrate hashtag Happy Father's Day? So this is within 150 letters. But you see that by having one question, 3 hashtags, done. So you need to plan how to come up with that sentence with not more than 150 words and put in and slot in your hashtag. And that is the mental work you need to go through. Okay, so this is another thing. Number 2, about the narration. So I'm going to share my screen one more time. You do notice that, oh, Sarah, I cannot run AI on that. I haven't run AI on that yet. The reason is that I need to focus on my hashtag. Okay, the hashtag will occupy half of the content, by the way. And my hashtag is always entrepreneurs and closing sales. So that already occupies almost half of the 150 words letters requirement. But that would be idea, I will do it. That's why my artificial intelligence is not 8 yet. My AI is still 7 or 6. All right, thank you, Sarah, for pointing out. She's calling me out, Jack, as a Banco trainer, why you are not using AI yet. So shame on me, Sarah, confession, I have not used AI on this yet. All right, so you look at my videos. Did you notice that for all videos, I do have a banner on top and a banner at the bottom. So apart from the narration, the next thing you need to know is you also want to attract people who are actions and nurturing personality to watch your video because they will never read your they will never read your narration. They want to see the banner top and banner. Oh no, Sarah, I'm just teasing, don't worry. But that is actually a calling. To me, it's a calling out, and this is a good call. And I take full responsibility for that. And that's why Jack is very coachable on this. Okay, don't worry, don't feel bad about this. All right, so what happened is that on the banner, you see that I have a banner on top and banner at the bottom. What you see is that the banner on top is a very short, a few words to explain what this video is about. It could be just a few words, it could be a question. And then at the bottom, I will always put this call to action called comment below with the finger pointing bottom. Okay, and let's have a conversation. I, since last week, have been using this call to action and it works. Okay, so this is something that I explored last week. It works for me. That's how I got my 79,000, 75,000 view counts video with a lot of engagement. So let's have a conversation that works. Really, that works. So therefore, yep, so you can think about this. Number 1, is your narration with the hashtag. Number 2 is on the video, your top banner and the bottom. What are you going to put? Don't you realize, therefore, by putting a video out, like by creating a video is pretty easy? No, it's not. It's already like, oh my God, 30 seconds video max, and then I need to stop, and then by posting on TikTok, I need to think of narration, put the hashtag inside, and then on the video, I need to plan the banner on top and banner on bottom. There's a lot of work. Yeah, but this is what TikTok wants. So remember, it's TikTok's place, it's TikTok's rule. If TikTok prefer this, then follow TikTok's rule. You just have no choice because it's not your platform. Okay, so this is my insight. And number three, let me see. Okay, this is the one I've said again and again. Engage and comment. So when your video has a lot of views, so suddenly your 4 figures video, like mine is like 1,000 today, and what happens is that you see a lot of people will start liking, a lot of people will start talking about it or engaging. So make sure whatever conversation you have to just engage. And my rule is very simple. Every single comment matters. Every single comment matters. And I will finish the conversation by me. So in other words, if let's say the conversation is like, how are you? I will throw back, awesome, how are you? I will always be the last person to end the conversation. And then what if he say, fine, thank you? I will say, you're welcome. See, I'm always the last one to end the conversation because I'm always in control. In your engagement strategy, how do you engage and control the conversation? That's another thing you need to take note. Okay? And you will be very happy, you'll be having fun when you see engagement, and you'll be having trouble when you see a lot of engagements and you don't know how to handle this. It's just like what I said on Facebook. If you adopt a 5130 strategy and you see people comment me, oh, I'm so happy I can finally comment, but what if you have got like 200 me or 300 me or 600 me, like what I had, it's a good problem. No engagement is a problem. Having too many engagements is also a problem, but it's a good problem. And if you happen to have that situation, private message me. I'm happy to guide you along how to do that. Like I personally have encountered 300, 400 comments on Facebook. It happens, okay? Because the strategy is applied correctly. All right. So I'll leave you with 2 more cards. Then I'll end. See, it's already 10:30. I don't want to hold you up, and I'm still thankful for people who are staying. Like 31 people are watching this. Awesome. And before that, let me just acknowledge some of you. I've got Colin. Colin watching. Thank you, Colin. Okay. And then we have got Posen. Posen is here. Thank you. Oh, Ben, hello. Happy Father's Day from America. Okay. Kwok Hao, hello. Welcome. And evening. Thank you. Okay. All right. So that's it. 2 more cards. Planning. I still talk about planning. Principle of priority. Oh no, so the other card first. This one first. Be prepared. When you see all this engagement, you will see something funny. So let me share with you the actual examples. Okay? Number 1, judgment. You look like a pastor. Not P-A-S-T-A. Pastor means, pastor spells P-A-S-T-O-R. How many of you cannot take that comment? You look like a pastor. Yep, I've at least got 2 pastor comments before. It's partly because the spec I wear. And I've got 2 comments too on my spec. You and I are wearing the same spec. Yep. How do you handle that? Judgment. And all I say is, thank you. I'm serious. Thank you. No need to cry. It's okay. Cool. This is a time that you do not need to disappoint. Regardless of what the comment is, all you need to do is just to say thank you. I love that. And you know why? Because that is an acknowledgement. Because the fact is that if people comment, I appreciate. Thank you. That's it. Okay? Number 2, You may get haters. You talk shit. Why should I listen to you? F.O. I have not gotten that yet. I'm not saying that I want to project that. I'm prepared. Just one fine day, it will come. But again, what do? Shut them down? It won't happen. It won't work. What do? Thank you. Remember the best word that we learned from Mini MMI Intensive for those who have been to MMI. If you haven't been to MMI, I don't know whether Success Resources will run MMI virtually, but all I'm saying is that remember the 4 powerful words. Thank you for sharing. You shut them down straight away. Yep, so my niche always associated with many haters. So I want you to remove the word always. I want you to remove this word always, because by saying always, you will attract haters always. And let's see how I pronounce your name properly. I have not actually talked to you before, but I know that you are from the same community to which I belong. I'm season 2. I know if I say season 2, you know where I'm from. So our reply is, is it? I see. Yep, MMI. Okay, Julian, Pastor. Yeah, you look fatherly, Jet. So because I'm a father. Hello, I'm a father of how many years? 20 years. Okay, it's a good acknowledgement. Yep, that's why I say thank you, Pastor. You sound like my father. Awesome. Yes, because I'm a father. Yes, awesome. So you see, this is how you react. Judge yourself by how you react to the comments. And then you will learn a lot about you, your emotion. Like you feel frustrated because you have got all these comments coming in that don't sound like you or don't sound good to you. And partly it's because you need to do more you need to work on yourself. You need to actually work on yourself, on your personal development. Go and deal with your little voice. Yeah, so you're from season 12, I'm from season 2. So I'm actually 10 seasons earlier than you. And for those who don't know what we're talking about, don't worry. We have our own common language. Okay, coming back. So it's work on yourself. If you have this emotional problem, it is because you haven't had enough, I call it processing, or personal development, or little voice mastery. Go and read Blair Singer's book, Little Voice Mastery, and study from Blair what is little voice mastery management. You need that. Okay. There's one more. This is very interesting for TikTok. It's the kids comment, and the question is that your comment, is it relevant to me? So for example, I got the kids comment last week on my 79,000 view count video. And the kid said, remember, I actually hinted out just now. And the kid said, it's so stressful because school is back. I will not see my mommy and daddy. Oh, okay. And I have to set my alarm to make sure I wake up early so that I won't be late for school. I will never get this kind of comments on Facebook, on IG, but I got this from TikTok. So I said, well, just make sure you wake up. Don't be late for school. So it's like father telling the son. I don't know whether it's a son or daughter, but I actually say that. Okay? Remember, never be late for school. Be a good student. That's what I said. And then there was one which is very, very devastating for the person. And he said to me, you know what? It's so stressful to live in this world, I want to kill myself. So the reason why you need to put content out, if you get this kind of comment, number 1, what are you going to do? I said, life happens to you. That's what you have said. My point is, make it happen. Make it happen in your life. So it's because of that inspiration, I created the next video, and I did a very, very simple 20 seconds video on motivation. So you ask me how I come up with content, it's because of this comment. It deserves another video just to let the world, hey, just Jet here. Yesterday, I've got somebody who commented. First of all, thank you for the comment. I want to tell you one thing which is important. That is, if you think that life is happening to you, change it. Make it happen in your life. See you in this video. 20 seconds time. That is another video. Done. So I turn a conversation into a content. Just like that. So you ask me, I do not know my content. Yeah, really, done. So that was a very good one because I'm actually, perhaps my video can save one person's life. And you never know how profound it is. Your ripple effect, when you drop the stone in the water, you don't know how many lives you can save. So remember, content is very important. If you think your content is not good enough, I want you to rethink, really. So there was another one who said that I don't see my mommy and daddy because when school opens, they're going back to work. I say, what are you going to do when you still see them around, when they are working from home? Do something. I'm just copying what Gary Vee said. Do something. Done. So you see that this kind of conversation can motivate somebody and may have some ripple effect. Like I said, I never know what it will be. Like ripple effect is something that when I drop the stone in the water, I would not know what's happening. But all I know is that I may impact somebody's life. And then what happened is that, like what Arthur concluded for me, and thank you Arthur for tonight's summary for me, awesome, I love you. Okay, turn a conversation into content. That's it. Like Happy Father's Day, what are the things we can say? So my sushi video yesterday, I was in Paya Lebar Square, and what I did was I just take a picture of the conveyor belt with the sushi, and I used my iPhone to create a slow motion video. I put a very simple song, which I think is a very lousy song, but I just did it anyway. And then hashtag, before they came out, hashtag Happy Father's Day, I actually have a hashtag Father's Day. And then that's how I got 37,300 views today. So again, it's just one video. And that video, what I did was that, how did you, okay, let me just check what I said on the video. Okay, what do you do in phase 2? Actually, it's wrong grammar too. It's in phase 2. It's on phase 2 Saturday night. So I just asked a question. What do you do on phase 2's Saturday night? A question mark there. So I just put the sushi on the conveyor belt as a video and asked the question. And then suddenly 37,300 views. Yeah, so thank you, Resi. I never know, you never know, we'll never know until we drop the stone in the water. And thank you for that. So as a result, all I'm saying is that you can test different types of video. So what kind of video works for me? Turning somebody's engagement into a question, that is the most powerful one because it's instantly available. Number 2, create the videos in just one statement, one principle. Trust is built over time, not overnight. Done. I mean, that's my classic one. Some of you know. So this is just one sentence video. Another one is ask a question. What are you going to do on phase 2? When phase 2 reopens, where will you be? I asked the question in my one of the high view video. I asked what are you going to do when phase 2 starts tomorrow? That was the one I hit a lot by 75,000 view on that one. What does phase 2, or say this one I say is, what does phase 2 mean to you, Singapore? So I just asked a question. So another suggestion is you can just ask a question. And then people will comment. There are people who are very, very free and they are spending their full-time job Googling the TikTok and engage in conversation. You want to be the content creator. You're not the consumer. I'm not saying that you don't consume. You should actually spend time creating content because you are all leaders. Teachers are leaders. Leaders are teachers. So you have to be content creators, not just consumers. Okay, so final card for tonight is this. Principle of priorities. It's very sick and tired for me to say this again and again. So if you think that whatever I share with you is awesome, I don't give a... Mind my profanity, I'm not going to say the word, but just mind, I don't really give a F. Because I don't know whether I will inspire you tonight. I don't really inspire you, by the way, because motivation comes from within, which is one of the key in emotional intelligences. When we say that when you have high EQ, you really truly want to do something, and I will just tell you one thing, you do it because you motivate yourself from doing this. It's not me. I'm not here motivating you. I'm just sharing with you my stories so that you may have some ideas what you can do as a direct result. And after this, I'm going to answer the remaining question on Facebook because I promised that I'll answer this question, okay? So, principle priority. Number 1, knowing what's important for you. If you say to yourself that you are overwhelmed, some of you are first time coming to my Facebook Live, you may not have worked with me before, you may not have watched my work before. I always talk about this thing called principle of priorities. Again, it's from my teacher Alex Mandossian. Okay, I learned this in 2013, long time. Knowing what is important and what is urgent and handle the important thing first. If you feel overwhelmed, it's only because you don't know what is important to you. Have you actually make a plan? Block your time on that particular time block. Do a video. Mine is around 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock, I will prepare one TikTok video. That's my time. How about you? Okay? And have somebody watching you. Accountability. I'm not going to hold you accountable because you didn't pay me to be your accountability coach. And Leanne offer, just now I think Leanne offered this. I remember Leanne made a comment. So if you scroll up Leanne actually has some offer. So Leanne, if you don't mind, you can just repeat your comment one more time so that people can watch. But I'm not going to hold you accountable because you don't pay me to hold you accountable. Have somebody in your community to hold you accountable, and you will do the same for other people, for that person. When you are being held accountable, you'll be willing to do more work, not because it's for yourself, it's for your accountability partner. In our Alex Mandossian's community, we are very, very big on this thing called accountability program. If Henry, you're still watching, you may want to just comment how accountability program has changed your life. You can actually ask Henry for this. Okay? So my point is that have some accountability so that you know if you don't do this, you are actually making your accountability partner upset, or you may frustrate him or her. That's the thing, right? So you're welcome. See on my Facebook Live. So the key thing is like the thing is that when I know you better, I don't mind you promoting on my wall. Here's the thing. When you don't know me, I don't know you, and you go to my wall and promote, that is a problem. That's what I have problem with Vincent Lee, the one that I talk about in Unstoppable. Because I don't know the person. But when you have conversation with me and I know who you are, I started to get to know you better, I'm okay for you to promote on my wall. Because to me, the thing is this, I'm not getting any, I call it like if I were to able to help you to do one thing and to make an impact in your life, why not? That's me. At this stage of my life, I really don't care so much about whether I want something from you. I want you to go out and help other people. Like I'm dropping a lot of stones tonight in the water, and some of you may be inspired. Tomorrow I will see quite a lot of people talking about TikTok account, and that's good. That's awesome. And thank you, Keynes. This is like my sharing is prepared. I didn't expect that I run to 1 hour and 46 minutes. But this is like, I planned, these are my cards for tonight. I'm not rambling, I'm not saying things like totally unprepared. And you know that your teacher here is very, very much into preparation and plan. I don't want to run a Facebook Live just feel like saying this and then you're wasting your time. I want you to understand that I'm serious about your life. That this is my community service, so I'm doing this. Okay, so the final thing is that I promise I'm going to answer the last few questions. I'll end this Facebook Live. And thank you, Leanne. You can see what Leanne has posted. Not a problem. Oh, Leanne is a graduate from Blair Singer. Oh, okay, good, awesome. Yep, Blair Singer. So when we learn from Blair, when Blair is a great teacher, somehow the student will be the same. Yes, awesome. All right, so actually, let me see what questions. Like I've got a lot of questions from a few people. So if you don't mind, I'm going to just answer some of these questions quickly. Okay, so Henry already answered a question, the limited time frame. So remember, Henry, tonight, it is 20 to 30 seconds. This is the key, 20 to 30 seconds. One principle, one sentence, one statement, done. Don't overdo it, okay? So model dialogue, if you want to have a few videos when you have to cover many points. That's my answer. So Melissa has a question. How can we create content on TikTok if we feel like we have nothing to post? This is how many of you have this question as well? Like Melissa asked, how can we create content when we feel like we don't have anything? Remember I said earlier, you always have something. For example, today is Father's Day. What is your experience for today? I mean, first of all, did you go out? Like, how many of you actually are waiting for a dine-in experience outside in Singapore? Like in Singapore, like unlike the Malaysian have, like my partner David Tri has been going out to eat. Like he showed place of sushi, he showed place of sashimi. It's very sickening because we could only do it since last Friday, right? In Singapore, we couldn't do it. So the moment Singapore reopens, you can ask a question, what do you do? Are you planning to dine in outside? Are you planning to celebrate your Father's Day with your father outside? What are you planning? Like these are questions. This is what we call conversation. You always have conversation. And the reason why some of you don't have this topic is because you don't feel it's important. Remember, people are craving for connection. People are waiting for that connection and leading to conversation. If you don't converse, if you are hiding yourself in a corner, just like me in the old days, then thank God, enjoy yourself, okay? But you know what? When you don't connect with other people, there's no transaction, let alone any sales. A sales is a conversation. A conversation is not a dialogue between you and you. It has to be yourself and with other person. So if you are not familiar with all these concepts called dialoguing or trialoguing or conversation in short, that means you might have problem in sales. Because sales requires you to talk to another person, not the machine, not the phone. Okay? So I hope that answers Melissa's question. All right, so Florence Howe, one of our students. I know nothing about TikTok, want to learn from you. How many of you actually have learned something tonight? Okay, I know that some of you have got a lot of insights tonight. So if you can just do me a favor, I want you to end this Facebook Live with just one thing. This is my ritual. Share with me and the group here, whoever is watching tonight, one of the biggest takeaway so that I can evaluate my performance here tonight. And then I'm able to turn some of these contents into future video. All right, so if you can just help me by commenting one of the biggest learning you have or one aha, you don't say that this is good. Don't say that it's good. I mean, good is nothing to me. So just help me out and say that one biggest takeaway, one aha, that would be great. Okay, so that's it. So how to find the niche? So Duncan is one of my students and my partner in Malaysia. How to find the niche in TikTok? I've said before, you already know, like Duncan's niche is sales and closing because Duncan is actually same as my niche. And he's also a Toastmaster. Okay, so therefore, what Duncan does is very similar to me, that is sales and closing. Sales and closing. So the niche is there. The question for you is, if you are not knowing your niche, search harder, dig deeper. Some of you may be shocked to hear this. You actually know, perhaps you don't accept this. There's something I want to write down for you. I mean, allow me to just write down one more card for tonight. That is called 4A. Okay, so this is my final card. 1, awareness. You must know your point A. You must know your point A. In order to move to point B, you need to know where your point A is. So awareness is always the first step. And Tony Robbins said this very, very clearly. Number 2, this is, I believe, the biggest problem for a lot of people is that you do not accept that is where you are right now. That is the thing. Acceptance is very important. You know where you are, but if you don't accept where you are, you got a problem. Acceptance. Only then, next thing, you now know point A and accept this is your point A. You then can devise your strategy or formulate your plan to move to point B. Adaptation is about creating the strategy or that behavioral change. Remember the B do have your identity first and then change your behavior. With the awareness, with the acceptance, now you can move to that point B. You can develop strategy to do that. So this is the planning part. And last but not least, recently my mentor and I discussed on this. We used to have the word action as the last A, And this is accountability, which is more powerful than action, because taking action is one thing. Being held accountable to your action is more important. So we have developed this new 4A model called awareness, acceptance, adaptation, and accountability. So this is the one that I'm very, 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 very compassionate about. What I mean is that you must know your point A. There's no point of going to point B without knowing where you are, and accept this is your point A. Because if you don't accept it, you will say, you know your niche, but I don't think it's my niche. Then you don't accept this is the point A. How do you know whether it's your point or not? Remember, in marketing, it's all about testing. It's about putting out and get feedback from the market. You've got to know that. You are not here thinking. The worst thing about marketing is you assume what your prospect wants, which is not true, because when you have assumption, you don't ask. You never know what they truly want. People are very shy from asking questions nowadays, because some people said, what if my question is silly? What is this a stupid question? And some of you may have heard that there's no silly question, there's no stupid questions. And why is it a stupid question? Because you give yourself the judgment that it's a stupid question. That's it. Remember, it's always about the judgment. All right? Okay, so that's it. I'm happy that I almost broke the record, because the longest Facebook Live that I ever have done is 2 hours. So this one is 1 hour and 55 minutes. Okay, I have not broken my record yet. That's good. Okay, so Evening asked, what if I ask but no response? Ask again. Yes, Evening. Your niche, you're a physical trainer. No response. Ask again. Now, Evening is my student, so I know her. I know what she does. Okay, so again, if I know you, I may help you. If I don't know you, I cannot help you. So question is this: if you don't get response, ask. Remember this: asking the question again and again, you will get the same result. So what do? Albert Einstein said, what is the definition of insanity? Doing something again and again and again, expect different results. So what do? To get back your sanity, to ask the question differently. Remember, asking questions differently is a strategy. I've been talking about asking questions for the 2 whole weeks on my Facebook wall. Okay? Quality of question and the ability of asking focusing question. Go and search my Facebook wall. You see the whole 2 weeks I've been talking about asking questions. Because to me, most people, actually they know the answer, but they cannot articulate the question, and that's why they can't get what they want. So your ability of asking and articulating your question is so important. Whether it's a dialogue with your family members, your students, your mentees, or your partner, or your clients, your prospect in sales, in closing, your ability to ask questions is very, very important. I'm so thankful. I said last week, the only thing that I learned in law school, back in my university, my 4 degrees, the only thing I learned that's still relevant today, unlike what Kiyosaki said, nothing is useful in university, I beg to differ, is my ability to articulate my question and my languaging. That's what I learned in law school. And this is by far my one and only one skill that I personally have benefited from the university education. I don't know about you. Maybe you study different discipline or different subject. As far as I'm concerned, I'm thankful that as a law graduate, as a lawyer, I was able to have this skill. Okay, but that's it. Okay, so I need to stop the Facebook Live running, or else I'll break the record. And for those who have commented, once again, thank you very much for your biggest takeaway. I will read every one of these. I will comment every one of these. Don't worry, I'm not going to do it tonight. I want to go to bed. I'm a morning glory. I'm not a night owl. And I will comment and engage with all these posts. I will re-watch all these comments tomorrow. And once again, thank you for watching my Facebook Live tonight. So next week, 9 o'clock Sunday night, my weekly community service. And topic will be announced about Sunday afternoon. All right, till then we next meet. Jack Wong here signing off, and have a good weekend. And most importantly, thank you for supporting my channel. And if you find it useful, remember one more time. I've given this reminder 5 times already. Just share one biggest takeaway. so that I can evaluate how good you went on this Facebook Live tonight. All right, so thank you very much. And Wendy, you are here. So Wendy, see, you are here. I thought that you are not here because I asked you to be here tonight. All right, so thank you very much, and have a good evening, everybody. And once again, to all the fathers here, happy Father's Day, and be awesome. Bye-bye.